Alright, we're gonna go over how to earn money and XP fast in BRM5, the casual way. The base we will be doing is pushkino. This base is very good to start learning how to play the game. You'll want to first walk over to one of these vehicle stations. Go into armory. Go ahead and grab a couple mags if you want. I'm just going to go ahead and grab the ammo from my gun, which is Parabellum. This will allow me to directly reload each magazine. This helps save on inventory space and on your player's weight. I'll also grab ammo for my primary, and that should be enough. Then I will grab heals. To start with, I'm only going to grab one vitamin because it costs money. Bandages and dressings are free though, so I will go ahead and load up on those. We will be using the non-Game Pass car. This one is a Game Pass vehicle, so you do have to spend some Robux on it. Another cool thing is you can right-click the vehicles to get a 360 view of them by just moving your mouse and right-clicking, which is pretty nice. To turn on your lights or to use e-brake, you will simply hold tab, go to lights, and click headlight. If you want hazards, you can press X, or you can go to tab again and press on the hazards. To initiate e-brake, you can press space, or you can go to the thing on tab and go over to parking brake. So that would be the steering wheel, parking brake, and then yeah. And to show where we're actually going is we're going along this road out of FOB, and we're going to go over here along there. You are going to slow down over here so your vehicle doesn't take a bunch of damage, and you're going to go ahead and safely and very controlled manner drive off-road over here. Now just gonna continue over here. Make sure to stay on the right side of this hill, that way the enemy cannot spot you. You're getting spotted, just keep driving forward to some trees or to a different area where they can't see you. Now you're gonna come up over here, you're gonna get spotted. What you're gonna do is you're just gonna drive directly down right here. Now, obviously they cannot see you if they're in a window because you're directly against the wall. Now there are windows over here, so just drive by really quickly. Gonna go over here, I would just press e-brake to ensure the vehicle doesn't move, and I would get out. If you want to, you could have turned off the engine as well, but we won't need to do that. There are always enemies patrolling over here, and will actually quite frankly patrol right here right away once you arrive, which is why you want to be ready. Now sometimes they don't patrol, and sometimes they're patrolling over there. But what we're going to do is you can either take out these two enemies right there, or you can run up to the trees, and you should have just barely enough time to run up to the trees, or the bushes I mean, over here before they spot you. This will let you either take them out and continue over there, or this will let you just get closer to them, or this will let you get covered before you move up to the final area. If you do break stealth before you go over here, then no big deal, just take out any threats along on those windows before moving up. Now I'm going to go ahead and move up over there. Now we want to choose that door instead of that one because this area of the building is where enemy reinforcements will run to first to fill up, and this area will be second. Also, this area on the left over here will have far more enemies in rooms and locations. So we're going to take out this threat so he doesn't shoot me, and it will end up unstealthing the base, meaning enemies will be able to spot me very easily and shoot at me too. And enemy reinforcements will arrive. So we're going to shoot him, run over here. Now there's always a knife guy. Even if you're getting shot at from the windows right away, you're just going to come over here, open, and shoot this guy. After that, you're going to very nicely come up over here. If you want to, you can wait for stealth to be broken. There we go. Enemies have called reinforcements, and then move. This will allow it so enemies don't really spawn too much around you, but I recommend just going up this side of the building without waiting. So you're going to clear out this room, and then you're just going to go ahead and move up. I'm using a pistol. If you want to, you can use your primary. I do recommend if you use your primary to put it on semi-automatic, or you can keep it on burst if you prefer that. And also, if you don't want it to be zoomed in on the scope that you added, if you decide to add it, you can press T, and it will go back to the iron sights. Usually there's an enemy there, there's a guy right here. And now it's about survival. So you're basically just going to defend this point and slowly push up. So there's an enemy right here. We're gonna shoot him, and we will wait. This door takes 3 kicks to kick down, so we're gonna kick it once. Well, that took 1. Usually it takes 3. It is random, so I will say that. So we'll kick that. And if you do have to kick it 3 times, you'll kick it, come back over here, wait for an enemy to come up, shoot him, or just see that there's no enemy here, kick it again, come over here, and then kick it. Just because there's a lot of enemies that will come up through here. Next, I'm going to clear the furthest room. Ideally, you want to clear the first room that you see, but because this is pushkino, there's always usually someone over here. And then I clear this one because it sets me further away from the enemy, because there's a constant stream of enemies coming from here always. And I just want to be away from that. Now this is very different. This is more about survival. I will be shooting a lot more here. And again, if they run through you, like that guy did just there, you want to equip your knife and knife him, because he is then going to be in your hitbox. If you want to, you can also just stand here and just keep knifing, but we're going to learn how to properly do this. And we're going to kick down this. Defend. The gun's empty. So I'll pull out this weapon. There's a guy with a knife. I shot him. If there is a guy with a knife, you can still shoot him if he's in your hitbox. But ideally, you want to get a knife out as well, because you will actually be able to damage him. But you can still shoot. I'm going to continue playing this out. There's a guy right there. And remember, when you have a weapon, your secondary will ideally usually reload faster than your primary. If it doesn't, then you can just choose to reload your primary if you want. Now this part's more sketchy because you have a lot more enemies coming up. And this room always has a bunch of enemies, as you can see. There's a guy right there, there's a guy right there, and there's another guy. I'm going to reload. Now if you're getting knifed, or you're getting chased by a knife guy, you can simply just run away from him up these steps while reloading. Now I'm going to reload my magazine, and pick up my other one that I just used. And I can just kind of camp here. And again, if you're getting overwhelmed, feel free to retreat up the steps. Otherwise, you're going to go ahead and make sure these are clear, which they should be, because usually the enemies aren't going to be camping. And you can just keep camping here, or you can go up the steps and kind of wait. Right now I'm going to heal. I'm going to use my dressing before my bandage, that way it stacks the heal. Now, obviously, as you can see, the enemies are filling a position. And this is what the vitamin is for. If you get knifed, you will use a vitamin. It will quickly restore your health, without any questions. Now I'm going to reload. The reason why I'm reloading looking at here, or I could reload right here, is I want to know when the enemy's approaching. Now, I don't need to be in the enemy's view right when they open the door. There's a lot of lag for some reason. Which is another reason why I'm going to retreat up these steps, because the game is lagging, which is always smart. And I'm going to go left, because usually enemies will go in the gunner position that's in the window in that room over there. I'm going to simply reload everything in my inventory. Usually you will have more mags if you're starting out, so you really won't be reloading your mags as much as I am. But because I'm slightly more experienced, I can reload them way faster. So yeah. Now I'm just going to slowly make my way, wait for him to peek over. He's going for the knife, so I got some space. As you can see, I'm backing up, so I can switch to my weapon that has either more accuracy, or if my other weapon's running out and he has a knife, I can definitely just do that as well. Alright, and now I'm waiting. There's one V17 at the top. You can see how many enemies and how many friendlies are at the base you're at. And now I'm just going to wait. Now, I don't really see that much movement, so I'm going to go ahead and come over here. I don't see anything, so I'm going to go ahead and walk all the way to the top here. And once I'm at the top, I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to clear out the other side of the building that I cleared out when I first entered. Now you can see at the top of my screen it is red and it says remaining enemies visible on map. You can use that to your advantage if you want help finding the remaining enemies that you can't find. As you can see, I backed up while that knife guy was chasing me again. And you can always wait for them to re-peek around the corner so you can shoot them. So take advantage of that. So you can see, I'm slowly and safely working my way down. Once I'm down here, I'm going to briefly open the doors. If there are enemies out here, then it's usually not time to do this part. But since there are no enemies, we know that is good. From here, if there is an objective to take out the explosive, you can do that now. Or you can clear out the rest of this building and do that. Now, you want to be very, very careful to watch that window because a gunner will almost always be there. You will see enemies here or there that are shooting you, but the main threat is going to be gunner, so you're going to run over here in the bushes where the enemy cannot see you and kind of get a look at the window, which obviously I don't really say anything. And then you want to move back here to this cover right here. And once you're in this cover, you have some cover, but again, if there's still enemies coming, it's obviously not time to leave the building. Now, you can do this last or do this now. If you have more experience, you can do this now. Objectives, when you complete them, will make the base go by way faster because there are different phases in a raid when you're doing a base. Now, since I have map, I'm going to just use that to check real quick. So it seems the reinforcement vehicle still has 2 units, one being probably the gunner on the vehicle and one being a passenger or driver. And I obviously have a guy over here who probably couldn't get out of his spawn point. This looks like he's kind of going back and forth. So I'm obviously going to go ahead and take out this guy first. You don't really need to take out this dude. You can usually just leave him and the base will still finish. But as you can see, it's a free kill, so I'll take it. Since, you know, you guys probably need the money if you are watching this or learning. Now, this vehicle is dangerous. As you can see, one of them is actually moving up, so I'm going to go ahead and shoot him. And yeah, that guy is still going to be on gunner, but it looks like he's gone. So yeah. But he is still on gunner, so... Actually, no, he's not, because the base reset. But yeah, usually he will be on gunner. You can either very, very slowly make your way up on the blades of the helicopter and kind of peek over and shoot at the vehicle. Or you can shoot it from the building. But remember, if you're getting shot at from one position, move to a new position. So you would shoot at the guy in the armored vehicle from here then. And if you get shot again, then peek another position. This won't really do a lot, but it will definitely help, because if you keep peeking the same location, especially if you're doing it constantly, you will take a bunch of damage and that will possibly kill you. And time is money. And, you know, heals are money if you bought vitamins, so yeah. But otherwise, that's how to solo Pushkino non-stealth and kind of learn how to deal with it yourself.